Hey there everyone, it's GG Sober Son here at the beach. And not a lot of cloud cover today, so it's kind of nondescript. Nevertheless, we will go ahead with our reading from the 24-Hour Day book, February 21st. I go to the AA meetings because it helps me in my business of keeping sober. I love that. I go to the AA meetings. And I try to help other alcoholics when I can, because that's part of my business of keeping sober. I also have a partner in this business, and that's God. I pray to Him every day to help me to keep sober. As long as I keep in mind that liquor can never be my friend again, but is now my deadly enemy, and as long as I remember that my main business is keeping sober, and that it's the most important thing in my life, I believe I'll be prepared for that crucial moment when the idea of having a drink pops into my mind. When that idea comes, will I be able to resist it and not take that drink? Well, for me, it's more about, rather than avoiding something, it's about living a more full life. So, I mean, rather than being not doing something, not drinking, it's about living a full life. In my faith tradition, Jesus said, I've come that you can have life and have it more abundantly. And I believe that living sober, an abstinent life, a life of abstinence from alcohol, gives me more of an abundant life. And the process of avoiding drinking alcohol is going to meetings and being in fellowship with other people, and all the better if they're like-minded people trying to do the same thing. So I love the notion, the idea that it's got to be the main thing. Avoiding alcohol, my business, my main thing has to be keeping sober. But in that, the main thing has to be my relationship with the God of my understanding. Now, I've been led astray in that pursuit, thinking that I didn't need, almost like I had graduated from AA's spiritual program of action. And I think that was because I was just generally believed, I was generally isolated anyway. I went to meetings and things like that, but I wasn't plugged in, Meetings were things that I did, but I wasn't really part of the community. I wasn't really plugged into the recovery community. And I see that clearly now, but thankfully, because of my relationship with the God of my understanding, I did not pick up a drink. And my faith tradition was that, my religious pursuit didn't involve alcohol at all, not in any kind of ritual or anything like that. And it was generally what do they call it? A temperance type faith. But anyway, I believe that I have that buffer I didn't have it for other things, unfortunately, but the main thing is that I didn't drink, and I still have not drank in over 30 years. I've done some dumb things, as I've said before, but fortunately it did not lead to a drink. So, meditation for the day. I will be more afraid of spirit unrest, of soul disturbance, of any ruffling of the mind than of earthquake or fire. When I feel the calm of my spirit has been broken by emotional upset, then I must steal away alone with God until my heart sings and all is strong and calm again. Uncalm times are the only times when evil can find an entrance. I will beware of unguarded spots of unrest. I will try to keep calm no matter what the turmoil surrounds me. What turmoil surrounds me. And I think of Yoda. Do not. No try. And recently, I've been again focusing on just letting emotions come in and letting them go. Thoughts come in, conclusions are drawn. I may get ruffled for a second, but just let it pass. And so that's hugely important. Prayer for the day. I pray that no emotional upset will hinder God's power in my life. I pray that I may keep a calm spirit and a steady heart. None of my emotional upsets will hinder God's power in my life. God's power flows in and through, and there is nothing that will hinder that. And if that's the case, then I got too small of a God. No, I've scream cried and prayed, scream cry pray, within the last few months, for sure, in my emotional turmoil. And I think that's okay, because in that scream cry pray, scream cry pray, God has also downloaded some pretty awesome scripture that was necessary for me to hear, and so I'm grateful for that. Again, keep the main thing, and look up, aim up, rise up. Love y'all.